Hi, my name is Mike, and I make music under the name Maebe. And today I'd like to show you a few of my guitars. I tend to go for guitars off the beaten track. A prime example is this Fernandes JG-40, which was kind of made in Japan. It's an offset, kind of Jazzmaster Jaguar style. But I kind of fell in love with these guitars when I saw Billy Corgan playing them on the Adore tour. I wasn't really in Smashing Pumpkins at the time because I was quite young. But I saw clips online and I thought, that is a hella cool guitar. Can't believe I just use the word hella. I'd really like one. And then this came up from a dealer in the UK. I managed to get it for a really great price. It's made in Japan and the quality is awesome. I had plans to replace the pickups, but these are actually all original. And it's got a very clever switching system, which I read about in the Japanese catalogue when I was trying to find out what the hell this guitar was. And it was just called Special Switch, so I didn't know what that meant. But it turns out you've got the switch here. Up here is both single coil. Down here is both humbucker. And then here, the middle position, the sweet spot, is a single coil in the neck and a humbucker in the bridge, which is kind of my ideal pickup scenario. You don't see it too often on guitars, so it was just very fortuitous to come across that, to be honest. It's got great sort of all-access neck heel here. I did replace the tuners, locking tuners, but otherwise that's pretty much this guitar. It's my main guitar now. It doesn't appear on the album because I got it afterwards, but it does appear in all the photo shoots. So that's something for everyone to enjoy. This here was actually the main guitar on the album. It's a Cort G290. I bought it when I was about 14. I did many shifts at a local pub to afford this. At the time, I was obsessed with Tom Morello, so I kind of got it because of the pickup configuration, because it's got an EMG SA, which is what Tom Morello uses, but in a humbucker casing, the EMG H. And the other things that I really loved about it, it's got this gorgeous bird's eye maple neck. It's got Spursel locking tuners. Again, you've got this great upper fret access, and it plays beautifully. I've kind of gone off the sound of actives a little bit, and I'm really into the kind of passive Jazzmaster stuff. So that's kind of why I switched out for the Fernandes. But this is all over the album, on pretty much, well, on every track. You've got a coil split here. And I like the fact that it's offset. It's a Swamp Ash body with quilt maple top, so it looks a little bit too classy for me, to be honest. I don't deserve such a fine looking instrument, so it's been relegated to backup for now. This here is my Baritone Telecaster. This has kind of been through the ranks at my office over the years, but it's been a really inspiring kind of instrument to play. It appears on No Such Thing as Goodbye, the last track on the album, as some sort of overdubs, because I got it literally as I was finishing the album. I really, really like playing baritone. I will feature this on a few songs on the next album for sure. I've replaced quite a lot on this already. Knobs, saddles, locking tuners again, because I just hate changing strings. I put Ernie Ball baritone strings on, which have got like a 72 or something on the lower gauge, which is absolutely insane, but it really sorted this guitar out. Last thing to do is change out the pickups. I'll probably remove the middle pickup because there's not a whole lot of space here for picking, or maybe that's just because I have poor pick technique, but I really dig this guitar and I look forward to using it a lot more in future. I said I had some odd guitars. This probably ranks right up top in that regard. This is the Danelectro 67 Heaven Hawk. It was one of the first guitars I reviewed when I started working at Tilted Guitar. I found it a really inspiring guitar to play, actually. There was something about the lipstick pickups and the way they kind of respond. They're quite dynamic but really fat. That I really enjoyed. I love the fact that you can run them in series with this switch here for a sort of pseudo humbucker sound. I used this on Partition and Myriad on the album, I believe. I think some of the sort of airy, clean sounds on Myriad in particular with this guitar. It's really lightweight. It's probably my favourite guitar to play just in terms of ease of playability. It's got a short scale. It looks bonkers. You can feel this finish. It's called alligator skin. It's really disturbing. But I got a good deal on this, and I think it will probably reside in my collection for a little bit of time. And just because I'm a completist, this is the bass that was used all over the album. This is a Squier PJ bass. So you've got both the P bass and jazz pickups here. You've got individual volumes for each one, which is awesome. This is absolutely rock solid. The bridge, tuners, everything. I've been super blown away by this. I snapped this up just before the change to PAL Ferro fingerboards. That's kind of what prompted me to actually buy a bass, because previously I'd been doing all my recordings by shifting a guitar an octave down using a whammy pedal, which did not sound great. So I was pleased to get this to actually do some proper recordings. It's Lake Placid Blue, which is like my favourite finish. So all the boxes were kind of ticked with this one. So I was super jazzed to be using this on the album. And that is pretty much my collection of guitars that I've been using for recording at this point in time. Please check out my album. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.